Get on in here, guys. Today's video, we're gonna talk about unlimited hide out in the Wildlands. You don't wanna miss this. In today's video, we are going to gear up and head out into the Wildlands. There's a big, huge area south of Armanhack that has probably 40 plus boar. So we wanna get you prepared to get out there and get that hide. If you haven't done leatherworking before, you're gonna have to understand that getting from level 1 to level 20, it's pretty gravy. Easy as can be making that bacon, right? But once you get past level 20, that's when the real grind begins. So today's focus is going to be on getting through that grind as swiftly as possible from level 20 to level 26. We're gonna show you the prime area where you want to farm for those tier 2 hides. Add your grace blessing and you are in business. It will be done in no time. The reason why you want to get to level 26 is because you're going to unlock that fine leather recipe, which will allow you to push into tier 4 with armor smithing, weaponsmithing, and all the other dependent professions. So buckle up, guys. We are getting into it. I can't wait now, right here on your shack. So here we go. We're going to show you guys what you will need in order to start the farming process. Before we set out, we are going to talk about the gear you're going to need for take multiple weapons. I'm taking 3 different weapons, 3 different shields. The reason why I'm taking shields is because I'm also focused on increasing my blocking skills, so you can get a kind of a twofer here. Get your hide, get your block skill up, and also, and then I recommend taking a little bit of a health potion. But the goal is you don't want to stop. This is as long a grind as you can probably, fathom. So we're gonna get in here and we are going to do the long haul. We're not gonna show the entire hour on today's video. We're just gonna show you a run on what it's like, to show you one loop, to get your feet wet, and then you guys can take it from there. Also, since I'm blocking, I'm taking elderberry syrup, blackberry syrup, and basic stew. You can change up whatever food you want. I'm just doing this for high stamina, and I'm also taking Radiant Mend for that heal over time ability through today's journey. But we will see you guys over in the Wildlands, where we will be ready to start our loop for today. So we'll see you there. All right, guys, welcome back. Now, before we get into the Wildlands, which is just about here, I want to show you a little trick. This is a bug that needs to be fixed, but for now, feel free to use it. When you're going into the Wildlands or crossing the zone, make sure you're holding the shift key. That's going to be your normal sprint burst, but as you cross the border, watch the stamina. It will just go back up once you have loaded into the new area, and you will have unlimited stamina. See, there it is. It's rising, 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 and you'll see when it gets to the top, as long as I do not let go of the shift button, I will have unlimited stamina. Things that will break this unlimited stamina can be opening the map, so make sure you know where you're going. Also, if your character has to climb up onto something, that will break it. Or just letting go of shift or trying to do anything that's going to interrupt your character running, that's going to break the cycle as well. So we're going to go ahead and break it now. And now we are almost to the point. So like I was saying, guys, this is the map for my area. Look at all these boar locations. Basically a backwards C. So we're going to focus on this area right here. Plenty of boar. Now, this is what you want to keep in mind. This is why grinding out here in the Wildlands makes more sense than just finding the level 14 boar in your home valley. Number one reason is, no matter where you are, the level 14 boar are only going to give you 1 tier 2 hide. But out here in the Wildlands, there's level 35 boar. And the level 35 boar I've seen give anywhere between 2 and 5 tier 2 leather hide per corpse. So that is highly beneficial. That's where you're going to gain your ground. But, you know, it really depends on where you live, because at least on the Ancien map, this is the only part of the Wildlands that has the level 14 boar and up concentrated this heavily. There's one other spot, and it's really not convenient, but it is right here. So it's down at southern Lavadon to the east of Tolosa. It's this little pond right here surrounded in fog. There's a ton of boar there as well as a dungeon. So keep that in mind, that if you're way up here in Gravis or Turson, you're not going to have a real good concentrated area for boar. And if I'm wrong, please put it in the comments. We're going to do this quick little loop, and we're going to talk about some of the things that I do. Is I try to block the best I can, because if I have to stop to heal or stop to use a potion, that's just going to slow down my efficiency. So I tend to just be in berserk mode as often as I can. And by berserk mode, I mean non-stop attacking. As little downtime as possible when we go through these enemies. I will even go up to boar with like 14 health and, you know, trust that my block is going to hold up. So we're going to get in here, let him hit. We've talked about in other live streams how these animals behave. So just learn those mechanics. So like I said, those ones we've killed so far are just tier 2 hide. You only get one because of the level 14. In a little bit, you're going to see us face off against a level 35 boar, and that one is going to offer a lot more hide. Bigger bang for your buck there. So let's get this one. I always start off. I know the level 14 boar is going to take about 6 hits to kill with my current weapon. So I kind of have been practicing this, and I know when I need to use my special attack, when I need to use my shield stun, and so forth. So this one's going to be a level 35. We're going to block it first. We're going to hit it a couple times, and then we're going to block again. We're going to hit it a couple times and stun it. Then I know I got 4 free hits. And then we block, and we go right into our special ability, and then he's destroyed. Now watch here, see how many hide we get on this one. 6. Wow, I thought it was only, I've never seen 6, so that must be a rarity. Very rarely do I notice getting 6, but I thought it was 2 to 5, so now we know that the range is 2 to 6. We'll keep on churning out these boars here, and sometimes you can get away with, if you don't want to do the shield block, just bang them and then use Radiant Mend, and that will give you your heal over time. So then you don't have to stop and heal all the time, and you can just continue going, and by the time you get to the next boar, you'll have a decent amount of health restored. So I think this next one is going to be a level 14 and a level 35 up here. Yep, level 35 first. 1, 2, block, or sorry, shield stun. 3, 4, block. 1, special ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, block, and he's toast. That one gave me 3, so it does vary between the mobs what you're gonna get. We're just gonna hit this one. Just destroy him. And now we're going to move down here. And I want you guys to understand that what we're doing today is just one cycle of one small loop. There's several loops you can get in here. You can get probably 4 or 5 clan members out here to run this whole area, and you all will have plenty of boar to take down individually. So maximize your efforts, guys, if you're a clan, and get those numbers going, because the more tier 2 hide you can get, the better, because it takes so much of this hide in order to level up in leatherworking. Like, I will get like 1 or 2 rows of the tier 2 hide, and that's generally good for about 60 to 75,000 worth of XP. Now, the reason why I recommend getting a whole bunch at once is you want to try and get enough hide where you can just sit back and process it for an hour at a time. And the reason why we say an hour at a time is because of the new grace system where you can get a crafting buff and really, you know, just make maximum efficiency, because when you have the crafting buff on for leatherworking, it reduces the failure rates for the craft, and every time you have a lessened failure rate, that just means more XP. Now on the flip side of that, you can open up the the grace menu, go to gathering, and I could turn on increased skinning yield to make this even better. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll turn on the skinning, and let's see how much more hide we get during this process. So we were getting 1 from the level 14s. Let's see if they still give us 1. And we get 2. We get 1 and 1 from the blessing. So that's a better way to getting it. Now, how many are we gonna get? Is it possible we could get like 8 from the level 35s? Again, guys, you're gonna get so much of this wool fiber, so much of these animal intestines and everything else. This may shock some of you, but I honestly just drop everything, because otherwise I fill up my inventory way too fast. Now, if you do have enough people in your clan where you can have gophers who can pick up all this stuff and take it back to the clan while you keep grinding, that would be the most efficient way to do it. But in my case, I just drop it because I know I can get that stuff efficiently if I want. So let's go ahead and, oh, I was supposed to go this way. Back to over here to where there's level 14s. Let's go ahead and pop health over time. It does the initial 22 health, and then you can see you get a blessing for 2 minutes that does heal over time. So that's always good when you have to run these little small gaps like this, give you time to regenerate some health. So 1, 2, block, and now he's gonna be dead. So we got 1 and 1, so we essentially got 2 for that because we had 10. So when it says 1 and 1, you get 2. When it says 2 and 2, you get 4. So let's go up to this level 35 and let's see what he gives us. So we have 16 stack. Let's see how much he gives us. See what the green text says on this 35. Oh, I might be in trouble because I burned too much stamina running to him. Let's hope I can just destroy him. There we go. All right, so we have a 16 stack. Let's see what it gives us. 2? Jeez, come on. 2 and 2. Which, see, that gave us 4. Well, actually, it gave us 7. So maybe the text is behind and it realizes it and it catches it up. I don't know, but that's the loop, guys. So we'll figure out those gathering numbers later, those blessing numbers later. But that is how you do the loop here. We again find a good loop like this, a good 10-minute loop. And you know, you can go down here, and here's another loop I've set up down here in the Wildlands south of Armenhack, next to these 2 dungeon entrances. So yeah, find your own loop. That is how you get unlimited stamina. Make sure you got the right foods. Make sure you have enough equipment that won't break for your entire duration. You want to do this for at least, to the point, I recommend getting at least 2 rows of the hide before you give up. Now, it really depends on how much time you have. And when you activate the blessing, make sure you get maximum use out of it. So don't just sit here like I'm doing now and just wasting your grace benefit here. If you only have like 15 minutes to farm, then log off immediately then to save your blessing for next time. And that's how you'll be able to get unlimited hide by just going in these circles in the wildlands. You're looking for level 14 boar and higher. Some areas of the wildlands I've seen even level 45 boar, but I have not seen what kind of drops they get on quantity, so keep that in mind. I try to go efficient, so 35 and 14 are pretty much the sweet spot for getting boar destroyed quickly. Now, if you have a group of people, obviously your dynamic's going to change. So just keep that in mind, guys. Thanks for watching today's show. This has been a great video on how you can get unlimited hide for tier 2 leatherworking. We're talking profession levels between 20 and 26 for this grind. We'll see you next time.